Hey y'all. I don't know what's going on with this internet, but I'm gonna figure it out, I guess. I'm trying here, who is the CEO of Wanna Argue. Okay, thank God. My goodness, bro.
I don't know what was going on, man. I was trying to get on. It wasn't doing it.
I had a whole little spiel. I had my little fake microphone. Like,
I was hearing you. The introduction was lovely.
thank you. Let me do it again. All right, y'all. So welcome to the Vibe Out Zone. Today we are going to be interviewing the homie Cedric. So Cedric was born in Decatur, Georgia. GA in this bit. Anytime anyone is from Georgia, they already know I'm shouting them out.
Yeah.
So, going from Georgia, family ended up coming to Texas in 2009. He really found his, love for musical arts. Then went to college. You was in major roles. 3 Sisters. You Can't Take It With You. Macbeth. Don't play with my man. Check his credentials. Okay. But now Cedric actually has a podcast series called Wanna Argue. I be on there a lot. It's a great platform. You definitely be arguing with people, but it's respectively.
Yeah.
So what it is it's a podcast that you come and discuss like controversial topics, but you discuss it and listen to others. You don't just be like, it's my opinion and that's it, Karen. We don't do that.
Nah.
So you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of noise in the world, and when no one's listening, have someone listen to you. But are you responsibly? You feel me? So
Yeah.
Nonetheless, hello, Ced. How are you?
What's going on, Ray, man? I'm good. I'm so happy to be here on Vibe Out Zone. Thank you guys for having me, man.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? We was not gonna miss this opportunity, fool. We was not gonna miss it. We was not gonna miss this opportunity. I was about to drive an hour for you, but then, Texas, it's raining, and I ain't got the time for that.
Yeah.
At all. But that's neither here nor there. So basically what we do, Cedric, as you know, we have a speed round. So the speed round is just a quick little lighthearted questions I'm going to ask you. You do have about 5 seconds to answer these. If you don't answer them,
I got 5 seconds? 5 seconds.
You better think quick, okay?
All right.
Like I say, the first thing that comes to mind, you got to be ready, okay?
I'm excited. Okay.
All right, so the first one is going to be, what is your favorite thing to eat?
Pizza.
Favorite music artist?
Oh, that depends. Right now, Snow Allegra.
Okay, I can fuck with that. Where is one place that you want to go visit before you don't be on the earth no more?
Before I die. It's okay to say. I want to visit somewhere that I didn't know exists, man. Like some nice, like somewhere in like Spain or like Germany or Greece, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere I'd be like, dang, I didn't know this place was a thing. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to see some new stuff.
I can ride with that. What would be your favorite music genre?
Oh, definitely disco or jazz. That's kind of weird.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever told anybody that.
I'm so honored. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, I love me some disco, bro. Most definitely.
Hey, I like me some jazz. If you could, I'm not gonna ask that one. Never mind.
Ask it. Whoa, ask it. Whoa, ask it. I'm gonna get in trouble. We're gonna get in trouble if you ask that one.
Yeah, I can't ask it. I'll ask you personally on another day. Who would you say is your spirit animal?
Okay, so I'm gonna say an elephant.
An elephant? Like
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Elephants are wise. I fuck with them.
Yeah, like they big, but like they gentle.
Right. Okay. What is one radio that you want to be on with your podcast series?
Oh, really? Right now I'm trying to work on getting it on this radio station called Fishbowl Radio. They have about 7.8 million listeners globally. But really, right now, man, I'm trying to eat. So any radio station that'll have me, man. What's up, y'all?
Okay. All right. And then, not you sponsoring yourself or marketing yourself. Um,
Hey.
hey, sometimes you gotta do that though. I feel that. And then last but not least, what would you say is one oh my God, theatrical performance that you would have liked to be a major role of?
Oh, okay. So my favorite play is actually called Rumors by Neil Simon, and I got cast in that show, but my mom got married like right when we were about to perform it, so I had to like I love my mama, so I had to go go to the
Hey,
wedding and
mama,
stuff like
have your
that.
wedding here though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, but that'd be definitely one that I'm not like I'm glad I went to see my mom get married and stuff like that, but I really wish I was in that one.
Right?
She
No,
probably gonna
for real.
see this and be
Hey,
like,
mama, push
oh,
your wedding back, mama. Push your wedding back, mama. Like, he want to marry you, right? He can marry you anytime. Like, just not
for
today.
real, man.
Just not
But it was a
today.
good time though. It was a good
Okay.
time.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right, so that's the speed questions. You did great. You didn't, fail. Wonderful job. Good job. Pass for you.
Yeah, that
Um,
was fun.
all right, all right. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. Sis. So you lived in Georgia, born in Decatur. And then you guys moved to. So you was in Georgia until 2009.
No, actually. So I was in various states. Like I moved around. I moved from Florida to Georgia, Mississippi, Virginia, North Carolina. So like I was around a lot, um, getting my foot planted and like being somewhere for a long period of time didn't like necessarily happen.
Yeah.
So when my dad finally got stationed to Fort Hood, Fort Hood, then we came on. I came on down.
Okay. Came on down my boots. Um.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say? I mean, of course, I can relate being an army child and now I'm moving various states, but would you say that being that you were raised in the East Coast primarily, it sounds like, till you came to Texas and still the
Yeah.
South, so East Coast South, would you say that that definitely played a role in like how you started to develop kind of your like for theater arts, or was that when you really came down to Texas?
I think it was more so like I always had the love for like music, art, and things like that, but I never knew, you know, what to do with it or like where to go. And then I remember when we got down here, they were like, "Hey, you need a fine arts credit. You can try theater or you can
Oh,
try
they
art." And I was
yeah.
like, "Shit, I'm gonna try theater, man," because I've always wanted to do it. And then I tried it, and I fell in love with it, but I didn't have like the confidence to actually get on stage at the point, like at that moment. First, I was like, I'm gonna just do backstage, build, and things of that sort. So then, like, it gradually progressed to there. Really, like that's
Okay.
what.
Okay. All right. And then you went to shoemaker.
Yeah, shoe. Shout out to the shoe, Cape Town. You already know what's going on. Stand
um
up, folks.
See, I didn't go to Shoemaker. I went to Killeen, but
It's all good. You still in the vicinity.
I was a little rude. I was a little rude. Um, I went to Audi, so I consider myself, you know what I'm saying.
Shout out to Bobby Murphy, man.
Yeah.
You
Shout
know.
out to Audi Murphy because they showed it. Tell you need a fine arts credit like shit. I'm like, is that really a requirement? Trying to make me find
Yeah.
myself. Um,
Everybody needs fine arts, man. Everybody.
Everybody had to be. I know when I came down from El Paso and came to Fort Hood, they said the same thing. They was like, but you didn't need a fine arts credit when you were in El Paso. They just put you in art. They put you in art, and then you could choose to be in choir, but they put you in an art class. Like you took art period. So you
Okay.
weren't in extracurriculum. It was like an extracurriculum. Um, I'm like, okay, whatever. That's fine. So being that you went to shoemaker, so how would you say it was growing up? I guess, being in Texas, how did that play, or being in Texas, you still here now, but how did that play into your theatrical background? Like, were you able with like big opportunities? Did they just kind of be thrown at you? Like, did you have to hustle for it? Like,
That's a good question. It was more so I had to hustle for it. You know what I'm saying? Like every opportunity that I've gotten, whether it's on stage or off stage, you still have to kind of apply for it. Whether it's, you're on stage, you have to audition, and then when you're behind the scenes, it's more so like a sign up thing, and then you kind of like oh, we'll start you off with like, you know, hammering something and, you know, something. And then you gradually like work your way up as your skill set goes. So it was a pretty, like with theater, it's like, it's a ladder to climb, you know what I'm saying? But it's more so like knowledge rather than like status.
Okay.
Yeah. So I hope
Okay.
that answered the question. So yeah, I was grinding.
He said, no, basically, period. I was grinding.
I was
Okay.
grinding. I was grinding for it. You know what I'm saying? And like dealing with, you know, I had like a confidence issue growing up. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was a real big like, whoo, I get like sometimes I still get like the shakes before I start my show. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I'm gonna bomb or like it's gonna be dope. But then as soon as I step out on stage, as soon as like lights, camera, action, and it like all goes away. So
Okay.
that's
Okay. Okay. I like
yeah.
your answer. I like your answer. Would you say that your parents definitely were either like, you know, definitely supported you, or did they hinder you in regards to, you know, you wanting to pursue the fine arts and, you know, theater?
Mm. Well, my mom was definitely, she's always been my number one fan. Like, whatever it is that I do, whatever it is I want to do, as long as it's positive, she's always been there to push me. My dad, he's very supportive too, but he took a little persuasion, you know what I'm saying, to like actually take what I was doing serious, because, you know, even once he even told me, he's like, I thought what you were doing was a phase, and you know, he didn't really think, because we came from like a big sports family. Like, you know, we played basketball. I'm a big dude. I'm tall. I play football. And I love to do that. But like, I just had this like love for the theater. And one day I told him, I was like, you know, I would really like your support in this, because this is something I really want to do. It's not something I'm just doing just to have fun. Like, I plan on making a career out of it. And I'm like in ninth grade. I'm still like not knowing, but like I'm still like, you know, it made me feel some type of way when it was just like, oh, well, you know, this is just a phase. You're gonna play basketball or something like that. But uh, after I expressed that to him, you know, the support was there, man. Like he was like, all right, let's do it. Like shit, we're
He
gonna.
said, shit, we're going to do it anyways. We're going to do it.
So yeah, it was a roller coaster for real, for real.
Okay. Okay. And then you have any siblings? Do you not have any siblings?
Oh, I got a lot of siblings. I got four brothers and one sister.
Okay. Okay. And
I'm the
then
oldest. I'm the oldest.
he said, me, a oldest gang. Okay. Basically the parent.
Yeah,
Okay. We are
you
the
know how it
parents.
is. Oh,
The parents without having to birth these children, and we don't
for
get paid
sure.
for them. Can't claim them on our taxes. That's neither here nor there as well. Um,
We need to know.
we really do though. We really do though.
For sure.
Because my younger siblings are my children. But that's
Yeah.
nonetheless. So were they supportive as you as well? You know, going about your way of what you wanted to do as your career.
Yeah, they were. After I explained it to them, that I was really, like, really interested, because I was always the kid that, like, I was very quiet, but I always wanted to try new things. Like, I did bowling when, like, nobody bowled. Like, people were like, you do bowling? I was like, yeah, I just wanted to
My
try it
man
out.
said,
It was real fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was real fun. But, like, I was always that kid that just wanted to do different things just to see if I liked it. And my siblings were like that, too. Like, I had a brother, he liked soccer. Like, and that man is cold at it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Clarence.
I was
That
about
man
to say,
Clarence.
shout out to Clarence.
Shout out to Clarence, man. You know what I'm saying? So like we were always a sports, a sports family. But as I got older, I'm realizing like my grandparents and things, they were really big in the arts when they were younger, and I didn't know that. So it had to come from somewhere.
Right, and then you just, you know, came down a little
Yeah,
tree, then hit you on your head.
for sure.
Okay, okay. So then you're now saying Dallas, Fort Worth
Yeah.
area.
Fort
Ew,
Worth.
ew.
Fort Worth is nice. Fort Worth is nice.
I just hate the damn. Anyways, that's not part of this interview. I hate drivers. Like, I just be hating drivers. Like, I hate drivers, and they just
Nah,
inconsiderate, disrespectful. But let me fix my mic. Anyways, so I'm wilding. So when you came to Fort Worth, so let me back up real quick because my ADHD settling in. He's like, all right.
I hopped around a lot, so go ahead and take your time.
No, I do. Like, I be hopping around, and then I'd be like, hold on, let me get myself together, because I know people just like, the fuck is she talking about? So you were in 3 different performing arts.
What you mean?
At least like the 3 performances that we had talked about in the beginning.
I see. Like when I was doing my bio, I didn't want to hit you with the whole
He said
thing.
I'm
Like
going to give you all my
hey,
credentials.
my resume is nice. That's all I gotta
Okay,
say.
resume is nice. So
Yeah.
within those performances, let's go back to your first one. How did that feel? Like, walk me through that experience of that first performance.
Oh man. I was hoping to never have to talk about this one, but like
You're welcome.
if I ever get famous and like they find this clip somewhere, I'm telling you it's gonna be crazy. So the first like play I've ever been in. So like the first time I'm gonna back up a little bit, then I'm gonna jump back to that. But the first time I ever been in like front of people, I like froze, man. I remember it was like a little church speech I had to do. My mom was there, like my grandparents was there, and it was like a little Easter speech I had to do, and I froze, and I was like, and I just started crying, and I ran to the bathroom, and I was like a little kid, but like, you know, I was still like struggling. So when I got to Shoemaker, it was a show called Invitation to Murder. It was like an interactive thing, like you interacted with the crowd and things like that, and I played the cop, but I was like the ensemble who kept the play going. You feel what I'm saying? So like I had a very important part. So what Cedric does, my bright self. So there's this moment where like everybody on stage forgets their lines, and like that's common. You know what I'm saying? Like in the theater world, that's common. Like you have to know your script frontwards, backwards. You have to know his line, their line, her line, just in case something like this happens. You feel what I'm saying? But nobody could save anybody. Like we were just stuck. We were stuck. I'm talking about we probably were like on page like 15. Intermission was at page 30, right? So I had the last line before intermission, and that's all I could remember was my speech before intermission. So I was like, you know, nobody's saying anything. So I step in my spotlight, and I say my little spiel, and I send the whole play into intermission prematurely. So
He
like,
said, none of us know what the fuck we about to talk about. I'm finna cut this real quick.
yo, I cut it. People who sell with concession stands, people are like running the race to like get their shit ready. Like nobody's ready for intermission, and you know I'm just freaking out. But we got through it. I just skipped to intermission like 30 minutes early. That's so that was the story of my first like real like stage performance. Man, I embarrassed myself.
I feel like though, although you say you embarrassed yourself, you also were able to save the performance. Cause like I remember Mr. Best had like we were doing
Hey, shout out to Mr. Best.
shout out to Mr. Best. I don't know if he's still at Audi, but I know that like they were basically like choir had did like a play with Annie, and I was the lead role.
Oh shit, what was that like?
Awful. The only lines I remembered was my singing lines because I don't perform. I sing like.
I'm in choir, bro. That's it. I don't know none of this acting stuff.
Bro,
We just don't sing.
and the only reason these are real tears, because the only reason I was even it was so bad. It was so bad because it was like the only reason I agreed to it is because they were like, it's not gonna be, you know, a big performance, like it's fine. Multiple people showed up. I said, what the fuck is this?
Multiple people, bro.
I was like, yo, because I remember
God.
I remember because I was like, okay, like that's fine, you know, I'll just kind of I remembered most of the lines, but I was like, if I mess up, it's not gonna really matter. I can just go into singing. It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna be a lot of people. It was like a 20.
Wow.
And like it's different performing lines than like singing, because like singing, like when you in choir, like, you know, you would learn like where everyone needed to be at. You know where altos were at, sopranos, you know, I would know where I'm at. I know the person behind me, the person in front of me. Well, I was normally in front because I'm fucking short, but I knew the people behind me. So like, you know, you just, you know, when you come on. So when I was, you know, doing Annie, I was like, that's easy. Like I know when to come on and start singing my lines. But what the fuck am I supposed to say before and afterwards when I'm talking to this person? And it was just like
Hey, we
It
all
was
been there,
just
bro.
so bad. Said it was so bad. So like, I feel you on that because I was just like, I literally went into every singing performance part super early.
We about to sing.
I probably cut that show like 20 minutes. So
Wow.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But see, like I didn't know, and I'm the main person, so I don't fucking know what the fuck I'm supposed to be
Oh
saying.
my goodness,
I'm
bro.
over
You
here
was
singing.
Annie?
I was Annie, dog.
Bro, how you know? Bro, you're supposed to know your lines, bro.
Bro, I knew my singing lines.
I'm crying. That is funny.
Like I knew my singing lines faithfully. Like I knew what pitch I needed to be in. But baby, you was trying to ask me to do some lines. Nope.
No, man.
Hell no. Hell no.
Oh,
So in the process of why we got off topic, so in the process of let's talk about knowing your lines. How often like do you have to practice to know your lines? Like do you get like what's the time between when you get your script, practice time, and then actually doing the performance? What's the time frame?
let's see. Maybe sometimes it varies, like depending on what show you're doing. But like, let's say default, like you probably got from the time that you get your script, you probably got maybe like 3 weeks to rehearse. And really, like rehearsals are like Monday through Thursday, so like you really have to like like they have to really trust you. Like, okay, on your off time, you really gotta, because you can't really start acting until you put your script down. When people don't really realize that, it's like you have to like learn your script, put that motherfucker down, and then you can add your acting to it. You can't just be like acting with your script because if you're like if you're rehearsing and like the whole time, like all the rehearsing period, this last 3 weeks, you've been rehearsing like this. Once you get on the stage, believe it or not, like practice like you play. Once you get on the stage, even though you don't have your script, your hands will probably do this.
Right.
Muscle memory. Like you really have to. So, it's crazy. So like you rehearse and like you build for like maybe 3 to 4 weeks, and then you do the show. You do the show for like a week, unless you're doing Broadway and doing like months on. But you do the show for like a week. And then we have this thing called strike where we knock everything down and you never know there was a show there.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you do a lot of work for like a week and you do a lot of work for a week of performance and then you go on to the next show.
Okay. What was the best performance that you had? What was like the one that you really enjoyed performing?
So like the one that I have more fun with, or like just my best performance in person. Like
We'll do the one that you had the most fun with, and then we'll do the one that it was your best performance.
Okay. The one I think I had the most fun with was actually put in my bio, the You Can't Take It With You. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Mostly because like that family that the story is about, like it kind of resonates with my family a lot because like we're a really unorthodox family, but like the love is there, like we support each other and things like that. But like it was a really fun, like light, airy show. It was a comedy. You get your lessons, your laughs. If you haven't read that, I might have a script that you can get. But please read it. It's like a really good. It's probably one of my favorite shows. I had to give that script to my granddad because it was like so good to me.
And now me finna become a performer.
Come on with it. We gonna have to, man.
Nah, I can't do it. I'm telling you, because my ADHD, I'm like, wait, was that the right line? And then I overthink, and I'm gonna be like, damn, that was not the right line. This is the right line. I'm supposed to come on right here, right? Nah, I can't do it.
So you'll have the flow. You know what I'm saying? You'll have enough time to rehearse and get our lines together. It'll be nice.
No. It's a no for me, dog. It's a hard no. I just told you about my Annie experience. The only thing that's changed is I got older. That's it.
You got it, man. I feel like you got it. If I could do it, you can do it. I'm
if
confident.
If I could do, you could do better. No. Okay. So so let's talk about the one that was your best performance.
Okay. I only call this my best performance because I think I was like the least prepared. I don't want to say least prepared. Okay, so Three Sisters and by Anton Chekov. It's a Russian play, and like the lines, like everybody's lines is like paragraphs, right? You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I didn't want to do the show. Funny story. I had a friend named Braden. He was like, "Hey man, come audition for the show." I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm good on it. Like I'm just now hitting college. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do." And he's like, "Man, come audition for the show." So I'm like, "No, no, no." And he's like, "All right, man, do it." So we both audition. I get a small role. He gets like the lead role, right? Which is cool because like he was Doug. There's like no shade. It's more so like he was like really good. You know what I'm saying? So a week and a half before performing, like our opening day, he quits the show, right? Like drops out, bro. And so like the directors and everybody start going crazy, trying to scramble to look for somebody to do this part. So they asked like everybody, and nobody wants to do it because there's paragraphs for lines. There's no way you're gonna be able to learn that in a week and a half. So they come to me and they're like, "Hey, yo, Cedric, we asked everybody to do this. Could you
Hey,
do you
you
want to do
said.
it?" I was like, so like I hadn't really gotten my name. Like nobody really knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? I'm a freshman, so I was like, "Bet I'll do it." And they was like, "You can hold a script on stage," and I was like, "Nah, bro, that's
Don't
whack."
disrespect me. Don't
I'm
disrespect
finna,
me.
yeah. So I was like, "Don't disrespect me." So like I learned the whole script frontwards and backwards in like a week and a half, and then yeah, like I did the damn thing, and then that's when like people were like, "Damn, are you a good actor?" I started getting, people were stopping me, trying to collab. Like it was like communication majors. Like I mean, people were just like, "Yo, you really did that? Thank you, you saved the show," type shit. So like I was really like happy. Sorry, my answer was long shit, but
No, no. This is what we trying to know.
but
Know more
yeah,
about
yeah,
you.
yeah. That was probably my best performance because it definitely showed people what I can do and what I'm capable of. Like I
Okay.
did. And I surprised
Okay.
myself.
Okay, look at you. So you better tell somebody. So I know that you were going to, have some Broadway performances before fucking COVID. Let me stop cussing.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm supposed to be cussing. Before freaking COVID. Before COVID happened. So how did COVID affect you in your performing aspects? Like how did how did it affect you?
I think I can speak for like a lot of artists when I say that COVID kind of like turned the world upside down for us in general. For me being a stage performer, I mean, if nobody can come into the audience, you're just kind of rehearsing again. I mean, yeah, the show must go on, but I mean, Broadway shut down. A lot of different theaters, like major theaters, shut down, which caused like the smaller ones to shut down, and so on and so forth. Um, I think when I first, like, after I graduated college from Charlton and I moved to Fort Worth, I hadn't planned to start my own production company, theater based, and then eventually film and music, and then kind of have like a collaborative effort there. Then like COVID hit like right after I graduated. Like I didn't even get a chance to like make shit happen, but it caused me to pivot, and I was like, okay, we're going to take the film route. I started getting a couple jobs, like small jobs with production companies that were doing it out here. And then I was like, man, I got to get my own thing going. But like with film, like I love film, but I didn't know much about it. So I was like, man, I got to figure out something to get my foot in the door and then keep it going. So I started want to argue, man. Like that's what I did. And then like the community just like opened up, really, to be honest. Like so. I would say it's a curse and a blessing at the same time because I think it opened a different door that I didn't know I was going to be a part of. Want to argue, man? Wednesdays at 8:30. Y'all be
Yes.
there. You know
So
what's
I
up.
want to go ahead. I'm glad that you kind of opened up the conversation for want to argue because I was about to get into that, but you opened it up so beautifully, and I already
Okay.
had my sticky note. Well, it's on the floor now, but I had it. But you know what I'm saying. So let's go ahead and dive into want to argue. So what was your thought process on want to argue? How did that idea for the podcast series come about? And the what's the word I'm looking for? the feedback that you've gotten from it.
Mm-hmm. No, wait, one more time.
Okay, let me do it in sections.
My bad.
So, yeah, no, you good, because my ADHD, I told you. Lil Ray with ADHD. Not PTHD. Hold on. PhD. Anyway.
PhD.
This is what Sean has to deal with every day. Pray for him, y'all.
I feel that. Yeah.
Pray for him, man, because I know he a strong man dealing with me. Shout out to Shawnee Soul. But anyways, so how did the concept for Wanna Argue come about?
Mm-hmm.
And then how has the feedback been since starting Wanna Argue?
Okay. Cool. Okay. So actually I was gonna start it off with something completely different. Like really, like Wanna Argue was kind of like a thing I was just gonna do for fun. Cause I had like an idea, like a pre-recorded series that I was gonna work on just to kind of get some content out there, you know what I'm saying? But then I was like, dang, you know, life was just happening. Like life started kicking my ass, no cap. So
Life said
life was throwing in both.
What's up?
Like, so I was like, dang, man, like, and I felt like every time I got closer and closer to be able to like work on what I really wanted to work on, it was like 2 steps back, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I need something that I can like put out every week. I really don't have to pay too much attention to. I can just hop on, have fun, hop off, and that'd be it. So I called it Wanna Argue. It was like real random. I just like thinking about it. And I wanted to put myself in a position to where I had to do it each week. You know what I'm saying? So I kept making an announcement on social media. So people were like, hey, you know, we're about to do something. And then I did it, you know what I'm saying? And it grew pretty well, like in a short amount of time. Like people were like, hey man, I don't know if this is like a real thing that you're gonna do, but I really like for you to keep doing it. And I was like, oh, it's not. So, you know, I was like, okay, let me take this a little bit more seriously. And I started, you know, really like getting it. And I kind of added like a reasoning behind like why I wanted to do it, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff to talk about in the world, but like how there's like a lot of noise. Like I said, there's a lot of noise in the world, but nobody really wants to listen, you know, and really we could probably solve a lot of problems if we just like heard each other out, and then like try to comprehend and come from a place of understanding. Even if I don't agree with you, I still gave you the chance to like explain to me why you think the way you do. And I think that like people don't really think about things like that. So I wanted to get regular people who had thoughts about things and, you know, bring them onto the show and see what was up. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to talk. Everybody wants to argue, but you got to do it responsibly.
Period. Period. I'm on there every Wednesday. If I'm not on there arguing with somebody, I'm in the comments. Catch me out.
Yeah, we love when you come, man. Really, like the fans. Yes. Everybody really loves you being on there.
Well, honestly though, it's such a good concept though, because it's just like you said, we have a lot of everyday day-to-day conversations. This is not something that's not normal conversations, but it's the normal conversations that discussed amongst other people than the group you're discussing it with. So I like the concept that you have where it's like, hey, like I have this, and you be having really good ass topics. Like when like your topics, I'd be like, damn, like this gonna be a good ass conversation, because it's like this is a conversation that like can go both ways. You gonna get both sides, and it's like you already know you're gonna get both sides. So it's like, which one are you about to say? And I'm finna say something back to what you about to say. So I'm finna hop on, you know, because people petty Ray. And I'm like, okay, like you just had this past one about the birth control, or not birth controls, but like the condom, basically birth control, the condoms being, you know, supplied by schools.
Yeah.
And that was a good one, because you had a male perspective and then a female perspective. And then,
you always have to.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like you also had the one where you were talking about, hold on, because I had it in my head. Hold on. Because I talked on it too. The cheating one. If you think about you know what I'm talking about? The
which one?
it was, you were talking about, if you think about, you had asked, if you think of, I was in a pre-argument. You said,
Okay.
you asked me and Gary, and, you know, if you think about somebody else,
Oh, yeah.
but you haven't, you know, right? We haven't said it.
Yeah.
If you think about somebody else, is it cheating? And I was like, these are good conversations that be, like, you know, they be discussed amongst other people. But when you're outside of your friend group and you outside of the people you mainly talk about, you know, a lot of people don't like to hear another person out. It's just like, I said what I said and that's it. But the point of yours is cool because you have the concept of, like, speak your mind, say what you want to say, but be respectful about it and open to different controversy on it.
True.
So
You got it.
I definitely, this podcast series is definitely dope. So where do you see it? You know, what's your goal for Wanna Argue? Where are you trying to go in the next year with Wanna Argue?
In the next year, hopefully. So really within like the next month, a couple weeks, I don't even want to say month, like a couple weeks, I really would like to get it on the radio. And, you know, really expand so people won't have to only catch it on IG. You know, they can catch it on YouTube, or, you know, I'm trying to get like a dose of Ray and get it on my podcast game. You know what I'm saying? So really just expand. I would like to monetize. I mean, it's not necessarily, like, I'm not in it for the money, but, you know, like if I get, you know, sponsorships and then like have, like, be able to fund my own like studio and then, you know, collab with other people, put on shows, and just really just keep the Wanna Argue brand going, man. Put it under the umbrella of my own production company and just keep moving forward. Keep creating content, create films, stage plays. Like, this was really just a way to kind of snowball into like what I wanted to do. So I definitely am using this as a foot in the door, but I definitely want to keep it going and make it better every day. And like, because the people really love it. And I love when everybody comes on and like everybody's like, yo, the comments be blowing up.
The comments be the best.
People hop on, man, and they're just wanting to go. So like, really just to expand and to get more people to be coming on. You know, I'm still trying to figure out how to make people less nervous about coming on to the show, because that really kills. I said, like, man, I'm so nervous to come on to your show, but man, it's so much fun. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just to get better, expand, make it better, and reach more people.
Okay. Well, I'm a fan, so if y'all don't be going on Wanna Argue on Wednesdays at 8:30, then y'all sleep, because y'all be watching the Kim Kardashians and all them, and I know y'all be watching these reality TV shows. This is like an upfront reality TV show that you can be a part of. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why would you not want to be a part of that?
True, man. People gonna be really upset when they can't be a part of it.
Hey.
When they get too big, it's gonna be booked, man. I'm telling y'all. So like, come on, I'm trying to keep it. You know?
I'm basically like a second co-host. I'm like a regular argumentator.
You're a regular argument.
Yes, I'd be ready to come on there and fight with people.
I gotta come up with a name for the community, bro. Gotta be arguers or something.
Yes, nah. I don't know. I'm gonna help you figure it out. How you find like? Let me get my little handy dandy. But no, it's so great. All right, so Ced, we have talked about your theater arts background. We talked about where you came from. You know, I know you just now talked about Wanna Argue and where you want to go with it. So, are you going to be releasing anything here shortly? Is there anything that we need to be having our eyes out for the lookout? You know, definitely let us know. I'd like to give you the stage for that. So this is for you. Take the platform.
First off, let me say, man, Wanna Argue with the 8:30 app. It's easy to find on the show. And we're working on merch. We're working on getting our videos on YouTube, and we're also working on getting roundtable members. So we definitely need people who are actually going to come in and you know, give us a run for our money, man. Nothing like that. Get me out, we gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So definitely need people. We're right now building our team up. It's going pretty strong, and you know, merch and website and YouTube coming soon. More platforms coming soon. Yeah, we definitely finna do everything. Buttons, stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, man. I'm ready to do it, man.
You finna have t-shirts?
I'm trying to have t-shirts
and stickers.
Stickers. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please let me know when you have a sticker because I'm gonna put it on my cups and my laptop. But I also want, can you do a car decal that say "Wanna Argue"?
Come on, marketing team.
Hey, don't play with me. Don't play with me, Ced, because I be marketing for real. That's like, if I wasn't doing it dental, I would be like marketing. Because I really be coming up with stuff because I be paying attention. I want a decal that say "Wanna Argue" because if somebody writing my ass, I could be like,
You gonna have people out here doing road rage crimes and shit.
I'll be like, hey, y'all talk about it on Wednesday. Talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it on Wednesday, man. Most definitely. But yeah, man, just be on the lookout for all that. We're just building up the team, expanding, and dropping more stuff as soon as we can. Man, I'm really excited how you guys are too.
I'm super excited. Well, Ced, I appreciate you for coming on the show. I appreciate you letting us do this. The live interview with you. I'm definitely I for one learned something about you today. That was, I would have never known that you had stage fright. Because you be doing so well when we be on one argue. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's just nice to know the background of where you came from and where you at now and where you about to be going to, you know what I'm saying? Getting your foot in the right direction that you're trying to go to. So I just want to say thank you, one, for, allowing me to interview you and getting to know you. Also as well, super proud of you. I hope that everything goes exactly how you're wanting it to and it works in the best interest for yourself. Definitely let us know when you drop your merch so we can tag it, plug you in. Definitely so people can, go ahead and get in it, get on it, get into it. But is there anything else that you would like to, you know what I'm saying? This man said, love you. Seriously.
Hey, I love that dude, bro. For real, man. If y'all ain't listen to his music, go check it out. It's amazing.
Ew, no, I'm just playing. I be playing with y'all all the time. I'm so mean to him, but nah, it's not me.
Bro, get off my man, Keyshawn, bro. We go way back, bro. That's my dude, bro. I love you,
listen,
dude.
I be making fun of him all the time. Like, I be like, you know what I'm saying? But nah, for real. I actually, since he plugged in right now, if y'all are in the Colleen area, they're having a plug event tomorrow, and Girl Child, who is now in the comments, is actually performing. So y'all definitely make sure that y'all go check it out. They're selling tickets, link in his bio, or y'all can check out the plug event. So let me go ahead and just shout him out real quick before he tries to say I'm always mean to him. Because I be coming for child head, but it's all out of love. Like, I do that with anybody. If I ain't nice, if I ain't mean to you, I don't like you.
Thanks.
It is what it is. But yeah, so definitely gonna be in the lookout. If y'all have not listened to Wanna Argue on Wednesdays 8:30, I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in. Y'all can check out his profile. Make sure that y'all come and argue. Do it responsibly, because we don't handle disrespect. If you come disrespectful, you getting bucked, and I'm beating your ass.
Nah, she not playing, y'all.
I'm playing for copyright issue purposes, okay? Ced, is there anything else that you would like to say before we go ahead and hop off?
I just want to say thank you, man. Like, I'm mostly doing the interviews, so like it feels good to be on the other side of the spectrum, of course. Just thank you guys for doing the damn thing, man. Like, for real. And VOZ Studio, I know you guys about to do some crazy shit, so I'm sorry to be crazy, but I know y'all about to do crazy stuff, bro. Thank you. Tune in to Wanna Argue. Come join the show. Just come listen, comment, whatever y'all want to do, man. We are doing everything great. Thank you so much. You are an amazing host and great interviewee, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, well, thank you for letting me interview. I was excited about this one. I was not going to let this one fail. So, most definitely, though. But, yes, so it was, as always, great to talk to you. I'm super proud of you again. And, yeah, so make sure that y'all go ahead and check out the Wanna Argue on Wednesdays. I'm going to be linking Wanna Argue below when I post this. And, as always, thank you for coming to the Vibe Out Zone. See y'all later.
Peace, man. Yeah, we out here.